seconds remaining.
Alright, welcome back everyone.
Remaining.
I'm Niz, we're casting the Dota 2 Canada Cup. What is scheduled as our last game for Group B, but it could very well not be the last game, as we could get a three-way tiebreaker, and I'll explain that in just a second. So we have Root Gaming, which are set to try and play the role of the spoilers here, as they're basically out of contention. There's no way that they can advance. As we've got Boreal sitting on 2 wins, 1 loss. We have Wheel sitting on 2 wins, 1 loss. Black Sheep sitting at 1-1. So a win here would create a 3-way tie. Of course, only the top 2 advance. So then we'll have a little bit of a playoff. I'll actually read you the rules right from the rules listed on the Dota 2 Canada Cup rules page. Now, I do want to say that some statements I made last game about the pause rules line up with what it said in the pauses. I'm just laying that out there. So I'm gonna read you what it says in the rules for in terms of tiebreakers. Whether or not this is followed, I'm not sure. Either way, it says tiebreakers. If there is a tie at the end of the event, a head-to-head tiebreaker will occur between the teams. Each team will be, or each match will be a best of 1 until 2 teams advance. If a tie that's what it says, in place after the tiebreaker matches, then overall time differential in matches will be the deciding factor. So I guess that means the 3 teams will all play each other again.
DotA team ban.
So what we'll end up with is, well, what we could end up with is
Radiant team
everyone
ban.
tied again, and then it's the differential in matches. It actually doesn't define. I'm assuming the team that has the shortest games wins. I don't really know. I don't know. It honestly could be worded a little bit better, but that's not really for us to worry about. That's for the admins to put in place. But either way, we do have a game. And Black Sheep has to win this for it to force a tiebreaker to begin with. So let's get to that stage before we really try to wrap our brains around the ruling for a tiebreaker. In terms of this game, we've got Root Gaming had first pick, which they picked up Sniper after banning Bat Rider and Storm Spirit. Black Sheep banned out Troll and Wisp, and then picked up the Zeus and Clockwork. Axe was the final first round pick for Root Gaming. Then we had Queen of Pain getting banned out by Root, followed by Vengeful Spirit banned by Black Sheep, and then Phantom Assassin banned by Root Gaming. We wait the final ban in the second round of bans coming out from Black Sheep. As for Black Sheep, well, they won their first game of the tournament, which was a lengthy affair against Wheel, but then lost to Boreal in what was not a real lengthy affair. In fact, was a pretty one-sided game, as Boreal just kind of walked all over Black Sheep. What have we seen from Black Sheep so far? Well,
team pick.
We saw them pick up Zeus in their first game. We saw them also run that with a Nyx Assassin in the offlane. We've also seen them run a Morph in the offlane. Looks like it's going to be Clock offlane this time, so changing it up a little bit there. But still sticking with the Zeus. Skywrath was their final ban.
Witch Doctor.
And they'll add a Witch Doctor to their team as well.
Team pick.
The Zeus was played as a support, so maybe they're going with that again, as that'll be paired up with the Witch Doctor, if that is the case. Clockwork being able to hookshot in and trap someone in the cogs would not only obviously allow the Zeus to bolt him and lock him in place, so they will have a good amount of damage coming in through that, but it'll also allow the Witch Doctor to get a good amount of damage off with the Death Ward. Of course, Maledict works well as well with the Zeus burst damage coming out. It means the Maledict's going to deal a lot of damage. Maybe we'll see Witch Doctor max Maledict. But most Witch Doctors are actually, they like to go after the Voodoo Restoration. I'm not a fan of it. I like the Maledict, but I just like to look at it go, you know? Root Gaming. They've got the Axe, which is a good hero that will protect the Sniper. And Sniper, we haven't seen too much of him. Surprised that he actually made it through the bans, as he's kind of considered first ban material in the Chinese scene when it comes to pro. And he's been getting banned most of the time,
Dire team pick.
if not every single game, I think, in the first round of bans thus far in the tournament. Lion's going to be the pick for Root. So they're going to have Lion on their side, giving them a little bit more burst damage to follow up. Not only, actually, they also have the Earth Spike as well to follow up on an Axe Taunt. Even if he gets it on multiple targets, they're going to have that Earth Spike, which of course, the Lion Stun, it can stun multiple targets, but it'll also give them some burst damage to finish off one of those targets, or at least get them low enough so that Axe can chop off their head.
Reserve time.
It also works quite well with Assassinate as well, getting someone low, so Assassinate can finish them off, or basically Assassinate and Finger combined can get a kill. Doesn't really matter which one lands last. The Assassinate's got a little bit longer range, so typically that's going to be the one getting the killing blow. But they have a really strong foundation. Black Sheep,
Radiant
pick up the
team
Spectre.
pick.
Give them a little bit more global presence to go with the Thunder God's Wrath coming out from the Zeus. But also, it's a way that they can close the gap on the Sniper. Spectre pops the ult, haunts on in. Gets on top of that Sniper. They don't really have to worry about any kind of mobility enhancing item to get there. It's just innately built into Spectre's skill set.
10 seconds remaining.
However, it is one of those heroes that struggles a
5
little bit
seconds remaining.
if you really put a bunch of pressure on him early on. Typically not the strongest laner,
Reserve
and takes a
time.
little while to get going, although you could go for kind of the Diffusal build, which gets you online a lot earlier than rushing for Radiance. Look forward to see how Black Sheep chooses to run their Spectre this game. It is maybe a little bit concerning seeing a Spectre going up against Sniper, Axe, and Lion. A very aggressive lineup for Root. And a lineup that can definitely take over a game in the mid game. However, we saw them kind of take over the game in the mid game last game, but just weren't able to finish it. They do have a little bit better scaling. Actually, I can't even say that. Now they definitely do. As they're going to pick up an Anti-Mage, they definitely have much better scaling. As a Sniper, I guess he's kind of comparable when you think about scaling with the Shadow Fiend that they had last game, but certainly with the Anti-Mage. He's going to go quite late. But we do have to keep in mind that Anti-Mage, he farms quick, but he does get that huge net worth
Radiant team
lead.
ban.
And any kind of death that you get on Anti-Mage obviously sets you back, stops you from farming. But at the same time, generally gives your opponent a little bit more extra gold, because assuming all things are even, Root Gaming essentially would be ahead in net
10
worth just because of
remaining.
that extra net worth that Anti-Mage is going to get, just because he can farm
5
a lot
seconds-
faster
5
than other
seconds
carries, and
remaining.
especially a lot faster than a Spectre.
Reserve time.
Fifth and final ban for Black Sheep is going to be a Rubik. And
10 seconds remaining.
there's obviously other options than Rubik
Dire
for them to
team
pick, but Root, if they got a Rubik on their side, that would give them a lot of defense against the amount of damage that can come out from Zeus. I believe it's called Nullfield. The Rubik's passive is very underestimated in how much damage that magic resistance applies, or how much damage it mitigates, I should say. And, you know, to some extent, it's
10
also going to reduce the
seconds
damage
remaining.
coming out from Witch Doctor, a little bit from Spectre, a little bit from Clockwork as
5
well.
seconds
Would have been a very
remaining.
strong pick. It's also a strong pick to go against the Clockwork in the offlane. Of course, Clock can't just
Reserve
rely on his
time.
cogs. He can just be lifted and tossed on the other side towards Root Gaming.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
that means Clock is going to have a little bit more of a difficult time going up against a Rubik in the offlane. But
Radiant
he's not going to be
team
against a Rubik because he got banned out. And besides, he's a dire side Clockwork, so he can use those cogs to bring the creep equilibrium back towards his tower. TA was the final ban for Root, and Black Sheep with their final pick picked up Lina. So it looks like we're going to have Clockwork in the off lane, Lina in the mid, Witch Doctor, Spectre, and Zeus in the safe lane. There is the opportunity of Lina
10
being the
seconds
support
remaining.
and Zeus being the mid laner. As for Root Gaming, as it
5
stands right now, we got
seconds
Sniper in the mid lane, Axe in the off lane, Lion and Anti-Mage in the safe lane. And Root Gaming will look to pick a
Reserve
support
time. 5
to finish
seconds
up their
remaining.
roster. Will they go greedy and make it more of a jungling support? They're almost going to run out of time. They pick with the last second in their reserve time, and it's going to be a Bane. Interesting. Interesting, but actually not that far out there. Although we don't see Bane played all that much, you take a look at Black Sheep's lineup. Who's dealing damage? Obviously, Zeus is going to be dealing damage in the team
Prepare
fight.
for battle.
You've got the Laguna coming out from the Lina. You've got the Death Ward coming out from Witch Doctor. They have the potential to deal a lot of damage, but at the same time, what's the right click? It's all Spectre. And if Bane gets his Enfeeble off on the Spectre, that Spectre's not really going to be doing that much damage. So Black Sheep may not have enough damage to win these fights. We'll have to wait and see. But let's introduce the teams. We've got Root Gaming on the Radiant side. They're basically eliminated from contention of the Canada Cup. We already know they're not going to advance to the next round. But they can play spoilers here as Black Sheep. It's going to be on our Dire side, and they're going to look to get a win here and create a three-way tie for the top two. We got Fluff, who's going to be playing the Bane.
30 seconds
Jason
to battle.
is going to be on the Lion. Monkeys Forever is going to be on the Anti-Mage, as he needs to make sure. He has to be careful as he's getting stunned up here, and he's just going to be able to blink away, dropping down to 128 HP. He'll be okay, so we won't see First Blood yet. We go back to introducing, we'll go back to introducing. Guanzo is going to be on the Axe, and TC is going to be on the Sniper. That rounds it up for Root Gaming. For
The
Black
battle
Sheep, we've got
begins.
Hitch playing the Lina.
This will
To
come in
sleep on
handy.
Enzo, who's going to be playing our Zeus. This Fluff needs to make sure. Oh god, he's going to get stunned up by the Light Strike Array.
Look at it go.
The look at it go! The cask will come through, bounce between Fluff and Jason, but Jason lands down a nice Earth Spike, but it won't keep Fluff alive as he's going to get hit by another Light Strike Array. As First Blood's going to go to the Witch Doctor, which will be played by Chrysalid. Ha 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 will be on the Spectre, and Dank Mech will round out Team Black Sheep on the Clockwork. We have really nothing too surprising. We got Boots first on the Lina and the Bane. Besides that, no sentries. Just typical starting items for everyone. In terms of our lanes, looks like Bane's going to be sitting up here with Axe in the off lane, going up against the Spectre, Lina, and Witch Doctor. So it's going to be a 2v3 lane, but they're going to try to prevent as much farm as they can from the Spectre. Put a little bit of pressure on him as best as they can. Well, gonna find Hitch here, and there comes the cask bouncing between the two of them again. But they got some good damage in on Hitch here. Although Fluff chasing uphill right into a Light Strike Array. They don't really have anything to follow it up, but they got some good return damage there. But they're gonna look to put as much pressure onto Ha 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 as they can. Maybe even just casting the Enfeeble on him to make it more difficult for him to be able to last hit. Fluff parked himself here. He realized that there's going to be some bottle crowing as he's going to try to intercept the courier, but good micro there coming out from Black Sheep. Is it Enzo? Not sure. Either way, he's going to find the courier eating the tree to get vision to do so. Good play there coming out from Fluff as Root gets a slight advantage there. And that's going to be quite devastating for Enzo on the Zeus, a hero that really needs to be bottle crowing. He's going to be going up in the mid lane up against the Sniper. Bottom lane, we're going to have the Clockwork going up against the Anti-Mage, as that's a pretty one-sided affair. Anti-Mage should be able to handle Clockwork no problem. But Jason, he will be able to move around, pick up these bottom runes, which he just picked up Haste, and Dank Mech looks like he's going to take a fall here as they're going to dive the tower for him. Monkeys Forever is going to get the kill. It's the first kill going the way of Root Gaming. See some more farming going on in the mid lane. Is that one looking a little bit Sniper favored right now? That's to be expected. 13, 14, and 4 now for the Sniper. And Zeus falling behind a little bit at 9 and 3. But look at this. No mana, somewhat low health, having to walk all the way back to Fountain. He's going to miss some XP and gold here, as he can't bottle Crow because of Fluff picking off that courier. Absolutely huge play early on in the game. Look, they're able to get some good harass in. Just put some pressure on that Spectre. Not make it the easiest for him. Chrysler getting a nice last hit there on the bird. Fluff tried to get it, but unfortunately not able to do so. Left it with just a little bit of HP. As we will see Enso TP back to the mid lane. Still won't have access to his bottle for another 30 seconds. Of course, it's stuck on that dead courier. Uh-oh, Fluff. Gonna get caught out here. As my screen's getting frozen there. There we go. As, oh, he will get the magic stick. That'll keep him alive for a bit. Oh, big play there, but he will still go down. What he did is he enfeebled the Spectre and then actually slept himself. And then, haha, attacked into it, sleeping himself. And that almost kept Fluff alive, but one more auto attack came out from the side of Black Sheep, and they were able to get the kill there. So they moved to three kills now. Guanzo has picked up an invis, so he will come back up into the top lane where Fluff has already TP'd back. Will they look to set something up here? Maybe a taunt on Hitch? Oh, he could maybe taunt him with this creep wave. That could be big. Oh, he's not even going to wait for the creep wave. They're just going to go on Hitch anyways. Turns out they didn't even need the spins coming out from the creep wave, so they get a kill there. As unfortunately, Crystal had rotated away, going to stack up this camp, make it a triple. In the mid lane, Enso getting bullied by TC, who has managed basically a full XP advantage, thanks to that pick off of the bottle, or of the courier, I should say, and forcing Enso to go back to Fountain. Gave him that XP lead, and now he's, with that level 6, able to really bully Enso and force him to need to bottle Crow even more. Both supports for Black Sheep are actually sitting in the base, having to make their way back to the lane. There is a TP available for Hitch, but he's going to hold on to it and just walk on up, as we're going to get a TP coming out from Chrysalid. So the three of them will be up there roughly the same time. Maybe they'll look to play aggressive on this dual lane. Sleep will come out onto the Spectre. That'll be covered by a cask as it bounces around. Light Strike Array will stun up Guanzo, as Haha dropped kind of low, but he'll be okay. It's Guanzo dropping quite low as well. Now Fluff maybe position himself in a bad spot. Chrysalid getting low, but that Voodoo Restoration keeping him up. Fluff, I think, he will go down. There he goes. As they're even going to be able to turn it around onto Guanzo as that level 6 comes out from Enso, allowing him to pop the Thunder God's Wrath just in time to turn all that around. So Root may be playing a little too aggressive there and getting punished for it. Thankmek managing to pick up that regen rune, which Jason would have really liked to have, as his HP pool sitting kind of low, down to 160 HP. And unfortunately doesn't have enough to finish his Tranquil Boots. He's got, he had already purchased a set of Observer Wards, so he doesn't have to buy that. And one was given to TC, as he warded up here. And the other one was put back onto the courier, where Fluff will take it from. And now Enso is getting dove here. And he's getting low. Fluff will sleep him, allowing him to get closer. And then he'll get the right click. TP came in from Chrysalid, but unfortunately not in time. TP to the tier 1. Could have TP'd to the tier 2. Maybe would have put him a little bit closer, but I don't think there was any saving Enso there. Meanwhile, Monkeys Forever just been farming the bottom lane. There's been no real contention from Black Sheep, and I don't really think they're in a position to do so. If they were to really go hard and limit the Animage's farm, that meant that their Spectre would be getting even less farm. Which actually, I don't know, might have been a better trade for them, as the Spectre sitting at 26 and 4, count that 27 and 5 CS, compared to the Animage's 43 and 17. Big discrepancy there. Also big discrepancy in the mid lane, as TC's at 46 and 12 versus Enso's 26 and 3. We're going to have a wraparound here in the top lane as Guanzo and Fluff going aggressive onto the Spectre, really trying to punish him, literally trying to limit that farm. But Hitch and Crystal are going to be coming in from behind. We're going to see Guanzo go down, and I think Fluff, there's no way he's going to get out of here either. Or maybe, no, not juking, not going down. Either way, the Spectre has the ultimate, and he'll not even choose to pop in. He's just going to jump onto TC, but then he gets picked off as Jason and TC combine for the kill. Level 6 is now available online, doesn't have mana to do so, but Finger will be available. As unfortunately, maybe... Haha, just trying to get a little bit too much, maybe play a little too aggressive on that Spectre. Space was just created for him to farm in the top lane, but he wanted more. He smelled blood, wanted to go for TC.
Tower is under attack.
But unfortunately lost his life. And that space created for him was space that he wasn't really able to take advantage of because he was sitting in the fountain. Or at least his tombstone was.
Coming in.
Monkeys Forever just... He's able to just walk right past this tower, right past this creep wave, and just right-click down Dank Mech. And that's... It's one of those things. Dank Mech can't really do anything to stop it from happening. Battery Assault will stop an Anti-Mage from blinking, but not if he's facing the direction he's trying to blink, which I'm sure Monkeys Forever knows that. So Dank Mech isn't even able to lock down the Anti-Mage, meaning he can't really do anything to stop it. We do have a kill in the top lane. Hitch goes down. Crystalid was going to TP to go and defend, but ends up canceling. He's sitting off in the trees here to the side. But every time Monkeys Forever is able to get on top of Dank Mech and get an auto attack off, that just burns through this Clockwork's mana pool. And it's so vital for Clock to have that mana. He needs almost access to his entire mana pool early on to be able to really be powerful.
Tower is under attack.
He's elected to go for a 2-1-2 build on the Clockwork. 2 points in Flare will allow him to control the lane a little bit better. Get some last hits as Jason uses that finger to get Haha low, allowing Fluff to finish him off with the Brain Sap. It does cost them Jason's life. And unfortunately, I think we're going to see Fluff go down as well. But they did get the kill on the Spectre. It's 2 for 1. Yeah, that's typically not the most favorable. But it was a kill on the Spectre, further keeping him back. I think they feel pretty confident that their Anti-Mage, with the amount of farm that he's getting, is going to be able to peak much sooner than the Spectre. Or at least reach his late game much faster than the Spectre. And they're kind of banking on that. So even a 2 for 1 trade there may be acceptable in their eyes. And I think it's certainly not bad. And so he's going to bottle up a double damage here. But not the biggest rune for Zeus. TC picking up a Sange. So most likely going to be going for an S and Y on the sniper this game. Not going after a Mask of Madness, and I definitely think that's a good call. This will give him, not only give him some damage, but make him a little bit tankier. Certainly not as much damage as a Mask of Madness would do, but Mask of Madness makes you a little bit vulnerable when you pop it. S and Y is going to actually do the opposite. It's going to make you a little bit tankier, give you a little bit of larger HP pool. And that's going to be pretty valuable going up against the Zeus. Of course, the amount of burst damage coming up from him. But also, you've got the Laguna to worry about coming up from Hitch. So you want a little bit of that HP pool to serve as a buffer. So even if they have to spend all that burst damage on you, that means it's all going to be on cooldown. They're not going to be able to spend it on your teammates. Which means they're probably not going to be able to kill the Anti-Mage if he's involved in a fight, which he's probably not going to be involved in fights early on, but that should hopefully allow TC's team to be able to win overall if they choose to blow everything on TC to drop him. And on the contrary, if they choose to not blow everything on TC to get him down, then that means TC's going to be able to do exactly what he wants on the sniper, which means just standing in the back and throwing out a bunch of right clicks, following it up with an assassinate and using the shrapnel as needed to kind of control the space between him and his opponents. As we got some TPs coming in to the bottom lane, stopping Monkeys Forever from taking that tier 1 tower. It's down to 148 HP, so not in deny range yet.
Dire's middle tower
Anti-Mage almost done his Battle Fury. That's pretty good timing. Not the fastest in the world, but he did finish treads first. Gonna switch on over to the net worth. As you can see, the top 3 are all belonging to Root. And it's about 1,000 gold from the Axe, which is the 3rd highest, down to the Zeus. And surprisingly, the second on Black Sheep is going to be the Lena. The support Lena. Yikes. Got a nice setup here for a gank on the Monkeys Forever, but he did blink away in the right direction. But oh my goodness, he almost gets caught in the cogs with the Light Strike Array, but able to just get that blink off in time. Once again, Battery Assault not able to lock him down if he's facing the direction he's trying to blink.
Is under attack.
It's actually quite important to try and blink in the direction you're facing it. Apparently he walked right back into it, as I missed that kill, but Hitch, Dank Mech, and Chrysalid combined for a kill on the Animage. Not sure how that happened. Obviously Monkeys Forever thought that they had rotated away. He does have vision of the potential place that they would have rotated, so I'm surprised to see him step up there. Interesting. I wish I had instant replay to be able to go back. Technically I do. Right, because I can go back with this, but I'm not going to do so. I'm going to make sure that we stay alive here. Pretend as if we're not casting through Dota TV. Guanzo's going to blink in, get a taunt off onto Ha Ha Ha, and then we're going to see the Fiend's Grip coming out on the Spectre. Once again, he's going to go down. Cask bouncing through. Death Ward's going to get laid down. Jason lays down the Earth Spike, but he's already lost quite a bit of his HP. He will get the finger off onto Hitch. That's going to drop him. The Assassinate will fly through onto Chrysalid. Just barely staying alive with the Voodoo Restoration, but TC will end up getting that kill. While this is going on, Monkeys Forever had returned to the bottom lane, claims that tier 1 tower. As Dank Mech had responded to the top push, or trying to help his teammates. He did throw out the hookshot right before I jumped down to look at Monkeys Forever. It was, didn't look like it was off the mark, but it was certainly short. As Root looking pretty good here, although they are behind in kills still by 1. But they've certainly made better use out of the farm on the map, and they've been able to accrue a pretty big net worth lead. And let's actually take a look at that, as holy moly, it's even more than I imagined. Over 10k now in favor of Root. That's actually just under 11,000 gold in favor of them. 90 gold away from 11,000 gold lead. XP, almost 7,500 as well for Root. They're way out ahead in this one. Quickly try to cycle through our items. We got an Ogre Club and a jacket, a cloak for the Bane. TC has finished that S&Y. Still has the Phase and 2 Wraith Bands, but he also has 1,400 gold. Interesting to see what he's going to go for next. Battle Fury was finished a little while ago on the Animage. He's since farmed up 600 gold, and we're going to see his farm just explode. He's number 2 right now at 8,000 net worth. Just a 600 behind the Sniper, but expect him to quickly surpass the Sniper. As for Jason, got his Tranquils, but sitting on 2,000 gold. He almost has his Blink Dagger as well. It's going to be a big pickup for him. And Guanzo with the Blink is going to take a fall here. He will be able to get the kill onto Hitch. As unfortunately, he didn't get the kill onto Guanzo, which meant Battle Fury was going to tick out on him. And I think with the damage from the Illusion Sniper, TC probably would have gotten the kill if the Battle Fury or Battle Hunger didn't tick him out. I think it just required probably one more swing. But either way, the Axe has his Blink. Looks like he's got the makings of a 4-staff coming out relatively soon. It puts him about 500 or so gold away from completing that. There we go. Blink Dagger just getting purchased by Jason as he's getting ganked. Oh, he just had enough to buy that too. Lucky enough to buy it. TC will get a return kill onto Dank Mech. As for our heroes on the Dire side, their items probably not looking as good. Got Point Booster and now a Vitality Booster for the Zeus. Got the makings of a Yules. So just under 1,000 gold away from completing that. Witch Doctor will finish his urn, so he's making a little bit of progress. The Spectre, 2,200 gold on hand. Just treads into Aquila. He's been set back so far. Jason now smoked up. Made his way to the top lane. Where Fluff's just farming. And when you're a support and able to farm this far up in the lane, that says something about your map control. As Black Sheep not even making a rotation to punish. Had they done so, they would have probably walked into Jason, who's got that Blink Dagger, still level 9, almost level 10, so doesn't have access to the level 2 finger just yet. Fluff, however, is 11, so he does have level 2 Fiend's Grip. You'd actually prefer that to be swapped around. The Lion have the level 11 and the Bane be at level 9 about to hit 10. But you can't necessarily pick some of that stuff. TC now with the haste. Was thinking about hunting for a kill, but will actually go back around. He's picked up an ultimate orb to go with his S and Y. As Hitch just now finishes the Yule Scepter on the Lina. You just get the feeling that Jason really wants to get an initiation off here with the blink. Oh, he was kind of in range to go on Chrysalid there, but they didn't have vision. The sleep will come out on Chrysalid. The assassinate was getting channeled, but looks like it's going to get cancelled. Shrapnel will fly through, do a little bit of harass damage, but slow everyone. And maybe just kind of put them on the defensive. Bolt coming out there, just checking to see if there's an observer ward, because, well, Chrysalid walked up here and all of a sudden they went uphill for him. They actually didn't have vision of that. They were just kind of blindly checking up there. Maybe they did see the rotation from the Witch Doctor through here, through the creep vision. I'm not sure of that. Either way, we may have an engage here. Dankmech throws out the hook shot as he gets slept. Sleep will get transferred for Chrysalid. We will have a blink in here from Guanzo. He gets the taunt off onto the Clockwork, and that will net him a kill. He chops off the head, but looks like he's going to go down here. So is Fluff. So Root loses too.
Dire's structures are
As they were fighting 4v5 there. It's Monkeys Forever, just hanging out in the bottom lane, getting some good damage on this tier 2. We'll blink away before Black Sheeps is able to engage on him. Now, gets the Yasha delivered to him from the courier. He also picked up a Vlad's since completing that Battle Fury, which will further accelerate his farm through the jungle. Battle Fury, of course, is what enables him to farm so quickly. As Jason's going to jump in using that Blink to get a kill on Chrysalid. Will he be able to get away? No, he won't. Enzo gets the return kill, is now on a killing spree. But that Battle Fury helps accelerate Animage's farm, and that enables him to farm so quickly. The Vlad's is actually a further farm accelerator. So he's going to be able to farm even faster than if he had not picked up that Vlad's. And on top of that, you always want to pick up a Quelling Blade as well. That'll allow you to farm a little bit faster through those creeps. Of course, the damage you're dealing with the Quelling Blade to the target you're attacking also is affected by the cleave coming out from the Battle Fury. So that allows you to farm up real quick on an Animage, assuming you've got enough space on the map to farm, and certainly Monkeys Forever has plenty of that. His team's been doing a good job creating space for him. Dankmech getting initiated one more time by Guanzo, and he's going to go down again. The Axe just completely dominating the Clockwork. And now, Guanzo force-staffing himself forward, but won't be able to get a taunt off onto Chrysalid. And Assassinate will drop Chrysalid kind of low. There we go. Guanzo blinking forward, getting the taunt off this time on Chrysalid. Will net them a kill. Guanzo will go down. And now Jason may go down as well. Tower attacking him. Maybe overextended a little bit there. Didn't have access to Finger for another 70 seconds. It wasn't even close. Enzo has finished the Bloodstone. So he already has 11 charges on that. Laguna comes out onto Fluff. That'll net them a kill as well. Now Dankmech on his respawn will hookshot on to TC. And that gets him another kill. 4 heroes dead right now for Root. The only one not dead is, of course, Monkeys Forever, who's not there. So he's taking the tier 2 tower now, putting pressure on the tier 3 and forcing Black Sheep to make their way down. TPs are coming out. Can't even tell who those TPs belong to as they're right on the stairs there. But it was Chrysalid and Enzo. Monkeys Forever backing to the Dire Side Ancients, where he'll farm those up. And now he'll go back to his own jungle, picking up a regen rune on the way. Doesn't really need it, but certainly he'll take that from his opponents. And he'll actually go into Roche Pit here. There's actually no vision of this. This observer ward doesn't see far enough in the night to have given them vision of Monkeys Forever going in there. He'll just solo Roche. Add an Aegis. He'll probably drop his Quelling Blade now for this. As we're going to see Roche go down here. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Quelling Blade gets dropped on the ground. Aegis goes the way of the Anti-Mage. His Black Sheep are all kind of grouped up in the top lane. They're 5 men in their own jungle. Going to get an Observer Ward kind of far out, and that's going to give them a little bit of vision of these rotations, constant rotations, that have been coming out from Root Gaming entering the dire jungle. Jason and Guanzo were kind of hanging out, thinking maybe of making another one of those rotations, but they'll actually back away. Monkeys Forever preparing to kill this Ancient stack, but he's going to stack it one more time, make it a triple before he does so. TC, now just finishing a Scotty. And remember, when I said not too long ago that TC, about 600 net worth, ahead of the Anti-Mage, look at how much Monkeys Forever has farmed up. 12.7k net worth for the Sniper, 15.5, and it's going to be even more than that in just a second on the Anti-Mage. But things are starting to look up a little bit for Black Sheep as Haha just now finishes a Radiance. That'll accelerate his farm a little bit, allow him to participate and do a little bit more damage in the team fights. But he's going to need some more items if he expects to compete with an Anti-Mage that has double his net worth. It's gonna be tough, but Black Sheep definitely not out of this. Enzo has picked up Staff of Wizardry. Is that a 4-staff? Is it a Yule's? I don't know. Both are going to be valuable this game. Interested to see what he's going to pick up there. Sentry Ward getting counter warded there. They do know that there's an Observer Ward there. So Chrysalid, ping that out, and they'll look to counter ward that in just a bit. Monkeys Forever dealing some damage on the top tier 2 now. He's moved from the bottom to the top lane. And unfortunately, we got a pause here. Pitch. The Yule Scepter has also picked up a point booster, so working towards his Egg Scepter. Monkeys Forever, 3,500 gold on hand. What's his next item going to be? So he's finished the Manta. Jason, Blink Dagger and Tranquils. Still hasn't picked up anything yet since picking up that Blink Dagger, but been doing a good job of supporting. But he's managed to accrue 950 gold. So he's got some options opening up to him for what he can go for next. It could just be a 4-staff. Could even be a Yule's, giving him a little bit more CC. He's already got Stun and Hex. Yule's will just add to that. And so has picked up a Ring of Regen, so it's going to be a 4-staff for the Zeus. We did see that Radiance get picked up by Hahaha. Chrysalid still does earn in Tranquils. 500 gold on hand. Dankmech has a Chainmail and 860 gold. So working towards what should be a Blade Mail. Unless he's going for a late, or really late mech. I imagine it will be a Blade Mail. Ogre Club on Fluff. And that'll allow him to get a BKB eventually. As he's got 1,000 gold as well. So he's actually not that far away from BKB. Still going to be a little bit before he's able to complete it. But once he does, he'll be able to get that BKB Fiend's Grip off and allow him to really control the fight even better. That's kind of been the theme of the two supports on Root Gaming. You've got a lot of control, both with the Sleep and the Fiend's Grip coming out from Bane. And then, of course, Lion's got his double disable as well. Guanzo does the same thing with Blink Taunting. He gives your initiation, but also some CC as well. It's not kind of preventing the enemy from dealing any damage, but it's focusing who they can target. As well, they don't even have an option when you blink in a taunt. But he's got a Blink Dagger, 4-staff, and an Ogre Club. 1,300 gold, so almost about 1,600 away from completing his BKB. TC, 872 gold. On top of picking up that Scotty. Let's actually bring up the net worth. Now 14,000 gold lead for Root Gaming. It has kind of stabilized a little bit. Black Sheep maybe somewhat stopping the bleeding. Part of that is just because, well, we haven't really seen any towers fall recently. And, well, top is getting pressured. I don't know if Monkeys Forever will actually be able to drop this tower when we do resume. As for XP, about a 9,000 XP lead for Root. But yeah, Monkeys Forever's up here. He doesn't really have much team support. Jason's the closest in the top river. But we see Hitch is smoke, so Monkeys Forever can't even see the fact that he's here. And we see some rotations coming out from both Enzo and Ha Ha Ha. Got Chrysalid not too far away either. Dankmech, he's pretty far. He could potentially, and he's still on cooldown for 4 seconds, but he could potentially throw a rocket up there to give them vision of maybe Monkeys Forever blinking up into the trees and then TPing away. But even if they do get a kill on him, he's got Aegis. So they're not even really going to set him back in terms of gold. Because I don't see them getting 2 kills on him if they do manage 1. But that would keep the Aegis off the playing field. And maybe force Monkeys Forever to play a little bit more conservative with his farming. But he has so much space. So much space. Root's been doing a terrific job of creating space on the map. Fortunately, still paused here. Who paused? Okay, it's Ha Ha Ha. So the Spectre was lagging a little bit. I can't actually check ping in Dota TV, I don't think. No, I can't check ping. I don't know when that's going to resolve itself, but if it does, I imagine we're going to resume the game anyway, so monitoring that isn't really going to be of much value to us, but hopefully it will clear up soon. Just a reminder of what this game means. We've got Root Gaming that have lost their 2 matches tonight, which means they're 0-2 in the group and out of contention for moving on. So they'll finish at best 3rd in the group with a win here over Black Sheep that would allow them to finish 3rd, and Black Sheep would essentially be tied for 3rd with them. And then our 2 teams that already have 2 wins, Boreal and Wheel, would be moving on. If Black Sheep manages to mount a little bit of a comeback here in this game, then they would end up with 2 wins. Root, of course, would end up with 0. They'd finish last in the group. Black Sheep, Boreal, and Wheel would all finish tied at 2 wins apiece, and of course 1 loss apiece, which would create a 3-way tie for 2nd, or for 3-way tie for those top 2 slots, which means we'd have a little bit of a tiebreaker. Which the rules state that they would be playing each other again, and in the event of, I don't even know when those games would be played, whether it be tonight or tomorrow or whatever. But in the event that would happen, and there would still be a tie at the end of that round robin, I guess, again between those teams, then it would be the differential between the game time, which I'm guessing the lowest game time out of their games, which would be weird because wouldn't advantage go towards the team that had GG'd out of the game that they lost the fastest? Like the earliest? That's kind of weird. I mean, there's obviously got to be something in place to offset a tie break and a tie break. Time differential is a little weird, but
Thank you.
it's not really defined what they mean by time differential either. Maybe it's just whoever won their game the fastest, which would make a little bit more sense to me. That could very well be what it is. I'm not going to worry too much about the ruling on that. I completely forgot as we resumed the game that there was a Monkeys Forever is going to be putting pressure on that top lane. He did end up taking the tower, but it was actually denied by Enzo, as we saw Jason also get picked off. So it cost him a little bit to get the deny, to get just the deny on the tower, but it is another tower off the map. On top of that, Monkeys Forever did get away safely. Fluff needs to be careful here. Dankmech sitting off to the side. Does he have vision on it?
Dire's middle tower
Oh
is
my
under
goodness,
attack.
it's so close. So close. But Dankmech has the opportunity to go here onto the Bane. And he just flares him out. He knows exactly where he is. He won't choose to actually go. TC was kind of close, but ended up making his way back to the mid lane. So what was looking like potential action there ended up to be nothing. All we saw was a flare come out from Dankmech just saying, "Sup, Fluff, I'm here. Just letting you know." I could have gone on you at any moment, but I didn't. Just so you know.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Which maybe gives Fluff a little bit of confidence. The fact that the Clockwork's a little scared to even go in there. Despite the fact that Fluff knows that he was actually completely alone. Clock did have knowledge that TC was down around the bottom room. But he also would have known that he was moving back towards the mid lane. Speaking of TC, just got the last hit on that mid tier 2 tower. Black Sheep didn't look to contest, as if they're going to defend here and be involved in the fight, they'd like to do it with the high ground advantage. Monkeys Forever is going to go down. Laguna used, but good use of the Aegis. It was going to expire soon anyways. Dankmech hook shots as soon as Monkeys Forever respawns, and good play there, using the cogs to push Monkeys Forever back towards his team, but also extend the duration of that CC. Guanzo tried to get a taunt off, but ended up just getting the illusion of the Spectre. Fluff will take a fall here. Spectre getting the kill there. Looks like Jason may go down as well. As Haha will try to chase, and so will get the kill instead as he blinks forward on the Zeus. Now up to 15 charges on his Bloodstone. And that's a definite win for Black Sheep there. So they get 2 kills and also defend their high ground without losing anything.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, Monkeys Forever just picking up a double damage rune. To allow him to farm up the dire jungle here. He would really like to put some pressure on, that top tier 3 tower. Fortunately, the position of the creep wave won't allow it. But the mid tier 1 will go down, and I actually missed TC getting a die there. Surprised that the 4 heroes on Black Sheep allowed that to happen. As Chrysalid was TPing back to Fountain. Monkeys Forever going so aggressive here. He does have the double damage. Doesn't have Aegis this time around, but he does just have a heart, which he completed as that tier 1 tower in the mid lane fell. But ends up he's able to blink away. Just the fact that he's able to knowingly go into a 1v3 there. Yeah, he had he had double damage. But wow, that's some confidence going in 1v3. And it turned out to actually be 1v4, but still makes it out alive. Didn't get a kill, but the fact that he can take that fight and be perfectly fine kind of speaks volumes to the position Root Gaming's in right now. 19,500 net worth on this Animage now. Spectre, just at 10.7. We'll quickly look through all our heroes. Mithril Hammer has been picked up by Fluff. About 1,000 gold from completing that BKB. Looks like Jason has picked up a Staff of Wizardry. Guessing going for a 4-staff. But Eels is always that option as well. We still haven't seen him choose which one he's going to go for. Jason taking advantage of the fact that... oh man, Fluff was up there. Completely missed him. I thought he actually got out of there. But Jason taking advantage of the fact that he can use both Hex and Mana Drain to instantly kill an illusion. Both those abilities instantly destroy illusions. So using that against the Spectre. Every single time he's going to ult, he's going to use both those abilities to get rid of one of them. Or 2 of them, I guess. Guanzo's got his BKB. I wonder what his next item is going to be. Probably a Shiva's.
Dire's middle tower
Hitch finishes an Egg Scepter on the Lina.
Radiant's top tower
Stun will come out from the Witch Doctor. Monkeys Forever just able to step back before the Lightning Strike Array, or Light Strike Array, will land. So it doesn't get stunned up, and that means Black Sheep isn't able to get more damage onto the Animage. TC has picked up a
Radiant's top tower is
Maelstrom,
under attack.
which will work towards a Mjolnir. Sometimes you may elect to not go from the Maelstrom directly into Mjolnir. I think we will see that based on his other items. Tank Mech has finished the Blade Mail. 15 charges still on that Zeus, my goodness. He's got an Ogre Club as well, so he's going BKB. Got a Yasha and a Casual Vitality booster for the Spectre. Hitch, of course, just finished that Egg Scepter, which we already pointed out. TC's at 1900 gold, so that Mjolnir's a little ways away. That's 600 gold to go.
Shrapnel!
Just would need the recipe. Ping's coming out on Roche from Monkeys Forever. Roche not quite up yet. Well, he will be up kind of soon, just over a minute
Haste!
from now. Maybe a minute and 20 seconds, I guess that is. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. Count one for Team Niz on that one. It's really not that hard to guess. But I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna feel good about it. So we got a Ring of Regen picked up for the Lion, so it will be a 4-staff for Jason. As we, oh no, it's not. See, TC not going for completing that Mjolnir. He's gonna pick up an Ogre Club, so he's sensing that he doesn't need to upgrade the Maelstrom just yet. So he'll go for a BKB, sensing that he may need a little bit more survivability in these team fights. Not really needing the damage that badly. And so was smoked up there, but it'll get cancelled. And unfortunately another pause. Hopefully it's not lag. It is indeed lag. Oh boy. And unfortunately had a lot of players suffering lag tonight. Hopefully this pause isn't going to take that long. Mr. Sizzo in chat says, "Wow, I really thought Root had this one." What do you mean, had? They're still looking pretty damn good right now. You think the Spectre is going to be able to take over? Look at how far ahead the Anti-Mage is. 22k. Compared to the Spectre's 12k net worth. The difference in net worth is quite significant as well. 17,000 in favor of Root. XP, yeah, not that important, but 7,000. Take a look at the levels. Everyone's already hit 11. There is an important timing with the Lena hitting 16. That's the big thing to look out for. Besides that, Lion hitting 16 is pretty big. Witch Doctor hitting 16 is pretty big as well, but they're quite a ways out. But you know, if they manage to survive in a team fight, they'll get quite a bit closer. What we got here? We got 668 gold per minute on the Anti-Mage. Spectre just at 403. He's actually not even top on his team. Enzo's at 444. Do you have pause time left, says Fluff. This is where you'd really like to see the admin kind of step in and proactively manage this stuff. TC's at 560 gold per minute as well. Wow. They have 2 minutes left of total pause time. I really don't understand. I don't understand, like, how these rules are formed or where they're coming from. I don't know if maybe they just didn't update the rules on the site or what, but these rules that are coming out definitely don't align with what's on the site. So obviously something's going on there. Each team gets 10 minutes of total pause time. Now, the rules do say no pause should last more than 10 minutes. What it doesn't say is total pause time. It also doesn't say anything about number of pauses, but apparently that's limited to 3 as well. And according to the admin, no single pause should last more than 5 minutes, which is not what the rules say, but I don't know. Like I said, they're probably out of date, whatever. They're going by a different rule set, which I imagine
Incoming!
had been linked to the players and everything to begin with, so the players should know these rules going into this. If the players don't, the captain definitely should. But who knows? So many of these tournaments go by different rules. It's hard to kind of keep track of everything. Either way, we will have our game back in full swing. Vitality booster getting picked up by the axe. Heart, I guess? I don't see that as being a casual vitality booster. He could build that into a Vanguard and eventually Crimson Guard. That's another option. Monkeys Forever is invis. Well, has scouted out the opponents here as we are going to see an engage. Guanzo force-staffing himself in. Will get hit with the Laguna despite being BKB'd on up. But it's actually Monkeys Forever that's going to get CC'd and he's going to go down. Maybe a little forced. And they're going to lose TC as well. Jason maybe too. They lose 3. Buyback coming out from Monkeys Forever. He's going to look to rejoin his team here as Fluff's going to go down. Don't think Monkeys Forever is going to be able to get there in time. He TP'd to the bottom tier 1. It's Guanzo just barely going to get away. And now Monkeys Forever is in a tough position. He farms. He's not going to get any gold because of the buyback penalty. He's not going to engage on this, is he? Just sends his illusions in, which should be cleaned up. Haha, just delivers the Manta. He's making some item progression, and somehow Black Sheep
middle tower is under attack.
not only win that fight, but they won the fight before too. They're taking over these team fights. What's going on? Now they're going to have an Aegis to go with it. Maybe Mr. Sizzle's right. Black Sheep do have this. Monkeys Forever playing very aggressive. We'll throw at the Mana Void. That'll be enough to finish off Hitch. We'll keep going after Enso here. He's up to 18 charges on his Bloodstone. Monkeys Forever will actually have to back away here. Gets stunned up a little bit. Cost him a little bit of his HP. Oh, Enso blinks forward
Radiant's top tower
to get the lightning bolt off, but inadvertently blocks the hook shot that was coming up from Dank Mech, which would have locked down Monkeys Forever for a bit longer and maybe would have netted them a kill. Unfortunate series of events there for Black Sheep. Fortunate for Monkeys Forever, though. As a death on him would be very devastating for Root once again. He's actually just 2-2-0. Hasn't really had the biggest impact in terms of kills in this game, but of course his farm has been having a huge impact. Problem is like I said, when you've got a big discrepancy in net worth, and you kill that top net worth in the game by a large margin, you get a lot of gold for it. They've done so twice already. Sure, one of those kills was really early on in the laning phase when he didn't really have... I mean, he wasn't even the top net worth. I think he was still second at that point. So they didn't get a huge amount for it. But the second time they killed him, in that fight just outside Roche, that would have been a huge amount of gold swing. And I wish I actually was able to look at the fight recap. And you know what? We're going to cheat here, because we can. So where would that be? Is this the fight? Yeah, this is the fight. So they ended up gaining 8,000, 8,200, almost 8,300 gold in that fight as a result. And unfortunately, I can't jump up and see exactly how much the enemy lost in that fight, but it looked quite significant. Part of that is going to be his buyback cost. But it's going to be an Eagle song. So Monkeys Forever going after the BKB as his... Why do I keep stumbling into the word BKB? I've done it several times with Blink, and now I'm doing it with Butterfly. It's these damn B words, man. But Butterfly will be the next item for Monkeys Forever, which is actually pretty good because MKB not likely to come out from Spectre anytime soon. As that's certainly not a natural item for a Spectre to pick up. Do you have the BKB finished on Bane, which he was using before. He was channeling that Fiend script there in the fight that they lost before. Got not only a point booster, but a Ghost Scepter on the Witch Doctor. Blink Dagger on Hitch, that's pretty new, I think. Maybe I'm just losing my mind. Jason has finished the Force Staff, and Guanzo got a taunt off. I don't think he actually got on his target, but he's lost a lot of HP. He'll now BKB after taking quite a bit of damage, but off on the left side, Jason is getting focused down as well. He's going to go down. Guanzo's going to go down in a second as well. And Root loses 2 more heroes. This is completely falling apart for him. That's another 2,600 or so gold.
Dire's bottom tower
Going the way of Black Sheep.
Dire's structures
Monkeys Forever will get tossed up in the air, and he Yules. He'll land. Not into a Light Strike Array. Dodged by the Mant, I think. But now, top lane, Enzo is going to claim a kill onto Fluff. Will Dankmech be able to get out of here? I don't think so. No, TC is going to get the kill there. But they did drop the Spectre, so no Aegis on him. And now, will they be able to get him again? No, oh, he was TPing, couldn't see it. Makes sense why he was standing still. But the Spectre will TP away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Enzo with that kill on Fluff. 20 charges. That's pretty much going to be an instant respawn.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Jason stunning up the creeps, then blinking forward. They're going to go hunting for Chrysalid. Well, they know where he is now, as Monkeys Forever got tossed up in the air. Once again, doesn't land into a Light Striker, right? Uses the Manta to dodge it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Good timing there for Monkeys Forever. The smallest blink I've ever seen. Trying to body block with that blink, but not able to do so. As all the heroes on Black Sheep will be able to get away. But you can't help but feel that a lot of this farm on Monkeys Forever isn't really getting used. He's just not able to make use of it. I mean, he's just getting CC'd constantly, kited, focused down. It's hard for him to really stick on a target. They really need the axe to jump on in, get a taunt off, and allow Monkeys Forever to focus down a target while everyone else is controlling the fight. It's going to take a lot of coordination coming out from Root. And so far they haven't been able to do so. Bring up the items. Mjolnir was just finished by TC.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Apart from that, what else do we have? Well, we got the Butterfly, which is pretty new. We're going to see Hitch go down here. Fiend's Grip getting used from the high ground from Fluff, but immediately buyback comes out from Hitch. Monkeys Forever will get jumped on thanks to the hook shot from Dankmech. He'll actually blink away as we've got a partial engage here. I'm not really sure. As Dankmech's going to go down, so will Jason. TC wiping out Hitch, but looks like he's going to go down to ha ha ha. And now Black Sheep will try to chase down the retreating heroes of Root, but they're going to look to turn around. Now Enzo's on the retreat. Never mind, they're going to turn around. Guanzo's on the retreat. Who's on the retreat? We don't even know. Enzo's going to be the one who's going to go down. He's going to respawn in 2 seconds thanks to those ridiculous number of charges on the Bloodstone. Chrysalid now getting right-clicked down by Monkeys Forever. He doesn't have any way to get away from him, so he'll go down now. Enzo has come back on in. Throwing out some burst damage. Fluff will just TP away. Guanzo's going to go down. But so does Ha Ha Ha. Monkeys Forever now. Trying to get some damage on Enzo. Dankmech arrives on the scene with the cogs. Pushes him back. Enzo will try to chase. And they'll get some damage in on Monkeys Forever, but he'll be perfectly fine. Crazy fight. Constant backing and turnarounds and all that stuff. But in the end, we actually do have a team fight. The Root Gaming has won. It's taken them a while. 4,900 gold will go their way. And they don't lose monkeys forever in a fight. He just blinked up onto the high ground there. He doesn't have a blink to get away. He does now. But he's going to look to get this tier 3 before jumping away. In fact, he'll just stick around going after Crystal. It uses the Mana Void to almost finish him. But just required one more right click to finish him off. But couldn't attack him thanks to the Ghost Scepter. So what does our net worth look like now? Root came down to about 10k, but it's gone right back up.
Invisibility.
About 18k. Now we'll have a Basher getting purchased by the Anti-Mage. Will it? Is it flying out? Looks like it is. Monkeys forever. Ah, there we go. Okay. Sells the Vlads, which gives him just enough, 3,800, to buy the Relic. Which, of course, once that Basher gets there, we'll give him an Abyssal. Yule's getting used on Jason, but he's able to 4-staff himself. Does still get hit by the Light Strike Array. Forces himself up onto the high ground. Hitch, still able to throw at the Laguna. It's actually funny because they didn't have any vision up there. Actually, they did because of the Zeus ult. Never mind. Dank Mech gets killed by Monkeys Forever. Monkeys Forever, will he go after? No, he won't. He won't go after Enso, but ha ha ha. Claiming a kill on Fluff. Jumping on in with the Haunt. Crazy fight. Heart going to be coming out for the Spectre soon. He does have to go and buy the Reaver. He's sitting at 4,000 gold, almost 4,100. That's a little bit... I don't know. I don't know if you buy the Reaver right now. If you buy the Reaver, you don't have buyback. He's close, about 400 away to having enough for both. And he's going to farm before he purchases it. Rightfully so. That'll keep him, give him as much reliable gold as possible. Right now his reliable gold's at 2,000. Buyback's only going to cost him about just under 1,500.
Double damage.
We're going to get a refresher coming out from Enso. We're going to have 2 Thunder God's Wrath in the fight. And this is getting really late. We're getting some big items coming up on a lot of heroes. Take a look at the net worth. Those are getting pretty high. Because unfortunately, the poor Witch Doctor is still at 5.5k. His biggest item is a Ghost Scepter. Eventually, he'll get that Egg Scepter done. That'd be pretty big. Unfortunately, he's getting pressured so hard in the fights. I don't even know how valuable an Egg Scepter would be. They blink forward. And Hookshot will jump onto Roche, as TC is still able to pick up the Aegis. It does not get snatched, and as a result, TC will still be able to right-click down Dank Mech. Meanwhile, Fiend's Grip was on, I think, Enzo there, who will go down, thanks to the Mana Void. Fluff getting last hit there. Haha, will go down. Guanzo trying to chase with his teammate. Hitch gets slept. As soon as that's broken, tosses himself up in the air with the Yules, but he'll go down as well. Everyone on the side of Black Sheep are dead. Do have buyback available just on the Spectre, who will use it. Zeus will be back in 5 seconds. That Bloodstone
bottom barracks are under attack.
really paying off for him. But here's the importance. Look at the amount of gold on the Spectre right now. Notice he didn't buy the heart. He wouldn't have buyback right now if he had just bought that Reaver.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
But now he's at least able to buy back.
Dire's middle
Fortunately, they've
barracks
just lost their
fallen.
Rax. They're going to sit up here in the top lane. Monkeys Forever and TC trying to take down that Rax. The tier 3 is already down. We've already lost the bottom melee Rax as well. The range is still there, but the melee is the most important. We're going to lose our 3rd melee Rax. That's going to go down. They're even going to take down the ranged here. Because they're actually going to jump onto Ha. The Abyssal will stun him up, but Dankmech jumps on in, causes him in. And Monkeys Forever chases after, throws out the Mana Void, but it's not enough to finish off Ha. Will he be able to get close enough for a right click? He will. He'll then clean up Dankmech, and this is pretty much going to be it. As Root Gaming play the kind of upset role, but also get their first and only win of the group stage. Unless some miraculous comeback happens here from Black Sheep. Took Root a while to get to this position. They had quite a huge lead, but just weren't able to finish it.
Tower is under attack.
They do get the super creeps. We'll try to drop the tier 4. As
Dire's middle
Jason
tower
goes
has
down.
fallen.
Good game, well played. Will come out. So it's official. Root takes the game.
Dire's middle tower is under
That
attack.
means that they'll finish
Radiant
third,
victory.
tied with Black Sheep. I'm guessing generally how it would work is that officially Root would be third and Black Sheep would be fourth because they won the match between each other, but that doesn't really matter. Either way, both teams won't advance. The two teams that will advance out of Group B will be Boreal and Wheel, both finishing 2-1. Now, I'm not sure how it's decided who is first or second, which will matter for the seeding for the playoffs. Maybe they'll have to play each other. I'm not actually sure on that. Or it could just come down to the match that they played against each other, which Wheel won. So I'll have to find out about that and update you a little bit later. I don't think there's going to be another game tonight to determine that. So that should be it for tonight, as that wraps it up for Group B. As for tomorrow night, we start with Group C, which will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. We've got, in Group C, we've got Not Today, Complexity, E-Hug, and Rebel Des, which is one of the teams that made it through the qualifiers. The other team that made it through is the NEL Goons, which we'll see in Group D. But that match, the matches tomorrow will start at 6 p.m. We'll have another 3 matches. All 3 will actually contain Not Today. So we'll get to see them play everyone. And then we'll have a pretty good idea of where at least Not Today stands in the group. And then, of course, then we'll have a second day of Group C to finish out the group and find out where everyone is. But that was an interesting group, Group B. Maybe the group of death, as there were some pretty stacked teams. And you take a look at the teams that didn't make it through. Black Sheep and Root, those are some pretty powerful teams. And it's Root playing with TC as a stand-in, too. Wow. Incredible. But that is going to wrap it up for tonight. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the cast. I know I did. That was a lot of fun. If you did enjoy the cast, make sure you hit that follow button. Twitch.tv/NizCast. Besides that, I got a Twitter @NizCast. I've got a cat whining in the background. Apparently she wants something. Not sure. Besides that, I've got a YouTube channel. So subscribe to that, youtube.com/NizCast. I upload all my VODs, so every game that I cast tonight and every game that I've cast previously in the tournament will be up there. So you can check those out when you get a chance. But we'll be live tomorrow at 6 p.m., so hopefully you'll tune in and check that out. Besides that, make sure you buy the in-game ticket, $8.99 to support the tournament, and also give them a follow on the official Dota 2 Canada Cup channel, which is, well, Dota 2 Canada Cup on Twitch. Besides that, Dota2.ca is where you can find more information about the tournament. But like I said, that's going to be it for me tonight. Thanks everyone for watching. Have a good one.